Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 Mark II, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. The sound technician writes in and asks about chopping drum breaks, and the question is, could you explain how to chop a drum break, such as the almond break, to create a glitchy jungle break, or beat? Sort of yes, sort of no. There's a few caveats here, and two approaches come to mind. Let me cover both of them. We will start with just loading or importing a sample. So just shift pad 14. I'm just going through the menus to go down to my sample packs directory, and let's see what sounds good. We'll go mellow beats. What the heck? Drum loops. Let's go find something. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It says 80 BPM. Let's do it. All right, gotta wait for it to import, but we can get out of here. We're done. All right, first thing, set 80 BPM, and it thinks it's 90. That's not going to help us if we want to do time stretching or beat sync kind of stuff. So first up, pitch and speed. Let's go manual. Let's dial it back down to 80. Whoops, I went way too far. Dial it back to 80 BPM because that's what the file name says. So we're going to hit enter. And the next thing I want to do is hit shift. And I'm going to turn vinyl yes and varispeed off. So I want no. And what this allows me to do is adjust speed and pitch separately. So I can now turn gate off, loop on. We can play this. So we want to get 120 BPM. Maybe we want to pitch it down a little bit. But I know we're not jungle speed, but we can get there. Now, the next thing to do, the reason why I want to do this, to get the right BPM, is now I can hit BPM Sync, and it's going to follow the BPM of whatever the tempo is. So shift pad 11, I can dial in a tempo, and you might have heard it actually sounds like it went slower. So if we're at 90, we can keep going faster. And about 120, it's also going to go slower. Now it's slower. The reason why is it can only go up to 50% faster. So 80 times 1.5 is 120. It'll go double up to 50% faster, and then it goes to half speed basically after you go over that 50%. So what we're going to need to do, if we want to get into jungle territories, we're going to need to resample this. And there's a couple ways to do this. Personally, I would just say, let's resample, and we go measures. I think that sounded like it was 2 measures. I'm just going to set it to 2. We're going to play this. So if this all worked correctly, it should sound exactly the same. Turn gate off, loop on. Sounds good to me. Now we can go back and play the game again. If we want this to go faster, is we're going to hold go to pitch and speed. It's got the right 120 BPM because that's what we just recorded it at. Now if I go shift, we're going to turn vinyl off and varispeed, or vinyl no, varispeed off. Now we can get into like 150 to 160 BPM, and we can still pitch separately. So if you're just thinking about this, you can absolutely come in and record this. If you've got your skip back, you can do all kinds of fun stuff. And I know it's not like amazing, like this isn't super glitchy yet, but we'll get there. So let's exit out of here. Again, we're going to want to go BPM Sync, and that way we can control the tempo with shift pad 11 and bring it up to where we want it to go. And the reason why I want this all working this way is now I can start doing fun stuff like go scatter. So you can do your setting, turn scatter on with control knob 3. And kind of get like some of those effects. So that would be the first thing I would think about if I'm trying to do some of these sounds. I know I don't have anything like knocking really hard at this point because I've kind of stretched it a little too much probably. And heck, we might even want to play both of these together. because this is playing lower and half speed. So you can kind of like double these things up and get like weird, interesting effects. Anyway, you specifically also wanted to ask about chopping, and chopping in the SP404 Mark II can be a bit of a challenge. Unlike the MPC where you can do 128 chops, on the SP404 Mark II, the maximum is 16. So if you want to chop, you're going to go Shift and Start and End. It's going to give you your sample. Let's be over here on number 2. So Shift, Start and End. And you can see here, there's a couple things we can do for chopping. We can do lazy chopping, where you just kind of keep hitting the blue pad in time. This is going to depend on how much you can concentrate and how good you are at doing this. But like we can zoom in. You can see I whiffed big time. Whatever. I'm not super worried about it, but if I want to fix it, I'm going to use Control Knob 3 to move the marker and get it in place. I'm going to exit out. Actually, I'm not going to exit out because that'll exit out of the menu. What I'm going to do instead is we'll go Menu. I'm going to go Autoark. And if you're in time division, you can go from 2 to 16 and it will do equal slices. If you get content that's swung, that might not be great for you. So you might want to change the mark mode to either level, which is going to adjust, like put slices when it exceeds a certain level, which if we do that, 3 is about the middle. You're going to see like, maybe you want those slices, maybe you don't. Like I don't mind having them a little bit over the place myself, because sometimes you get like interesting sounds or things that you would chop that you maybe wouldn't do normally, but that can be a problem for you. Then maybe you don't want to do that one. Transient is where it's looking for the slope of the sound kind of coming in. So if you want to go like hard, medium, mid, or soft, it's going to depend on how, like, what the slope is and where it puts it. But again, like if we go here, you'll see like different like chop points, and this can be fun to do. But let's go. We're just going to go mark. I'll go back to time division 16. Get 16 equal notes, and they may not be perfect, but I'm okay with it. To actually put these out onto pads, I'm going to hit Menu, and we're going to go Assign to Pad. And what this is going to do is, where it's flashing, it's showing me where I have open slots. Otherwise, in 1, 2, and 3, 13, 14, 15, 16, we already have something assigned. So I'm just going to go to Bank B and place marks down. Now, let's say I don't actually want these here for whatever reason. I can use Control Knob 3 to use the cursor and move through. And if I want to get rid of some of them, I can hit the delete button. The reason why you might want to delete some of these or all of them is good reason is you're like, this loop actually is just hi-hat, snare, and hat. It's the same one all the time. And I actually just want to extract 2 or 3. So you can grab the ones you want. I'm just showing you that you can delete them if you want. And I'm just going back to 1. And I'm just going to go back and reprogram these in. So we got them. And if I hit enter, it will actually, it's going to take and break up this loop now into 16 slices that are on Bank B. So you can kind of play them out however you'd like. If you want to make sure that, like on the MPC, you do like what would be like a one-shot kind of mode, and with only one note of polyphony, you can see I can play like all of these together. If you don't want that behavior, what you want to do is Shift Pad 8, pick a mute group, and you can put everything into the same mute group. That way you can only play one at a time. Like I can't trigger more than one. From here, I would probably say go in, record a pattern, and whatever. I'm going to hit remain to switch back to real time. And we want to go to Bank B. I don't know. I was just goofing around. But you can come in with these while it's playing. And if you wanted, you can like even come in and edit them. So I exited out. If I hold shift and record, I can get back into TREC mode where I can actually see where the hits are. And if I do pattern edit and pad 10, for example, I can now start doing fun things like adjusting the pitch of these. And, you know, tweaking around with the different sounds and doing some fun stuff with it. So, and, you know, you can do velocity. If you're looking for rolls, you can adjust your substep and, you know, drop in like ratchets kind of sounds and things. Just depends on what you're kind of looking to do. But you can get in and program these things. You just don't have some of the things that you maybe are expecting from like the MPC or other devices where you can randomize things and stuff. So if you're looking for applying effects, I'd say check out the scatter effect. If you're looking to like get like micro timing on things, come into TREC mode and you can really drill in pretty deeply. Anyway, I know this was a longer video than I expected, but I hope that helps you out because it gives you an overview of a few of the different things for dealing with samples, how to kind of get them glitchy, and how to come in and program things in TREC. Anyway, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good, and peace.